it's been 20 years since Desperate Housewives, and I just love how much you still revere that show and that role.
I'll try these in plum, these in leopard, these... No, forget it. No lady wants to see anything under 4 inches.
You even said you'd be down to do it again. Have you ever thought about where Gabriella would be today? Because we know it ended with her having a show on the Home Shopping.
Yeah. You know what? I even forget how it ended. I was like, how did my character end? And I think she became an influencer. She became like, she would be one of the first influencers on YouTube or social media. For sure, she would have an empire by now. But you know, that's a reason why Mark Cherry doesn't want to ever do a reboot, because he feels like he fully mined all these characters. And so when you go, where would Gabby be today? And what is she doing? I don't know. We saw everything, you know? And so this was the time when we had 24 episodes a season. Nobody does that anymore.
Promise me this is not the last time we're gonna play poker together.
Absolutely not.
We'll just have to make the time.
Of course we will.
And people are rewatching it too. That's the crazy.
I know. People are like either discovering it for the first time or rewatching it. And I'm like, that's commitment. 24 episodes for 8 years. That's a lot of episodes.
Oh, you're the caterers. How much do I owe you?
$15 million. You have 24 hours. Then we've got to visit your daughter and then your mother.
Mamá, vamos de excursión a tu pueblo en España.
Hey! Mom? What are you doing here? Girls trip!
Well, congratulations on this series. You, of course, worked with Ramon Campos on the Grand Hotel, and you told us you kind of reverse engineered this, where you thought, I want to shoot in Spain, I want to act in Spanish, and you called Ramon and said, let's find a show. What was his reaction when he got a call like that from you?
And I want to drink wine. It was three things.
Part. Right. Very important.
I want to shoot in Spain, I want to act in Spanish, and I want to drink wine in a really pretty place. No, Ramon and I have been dying to find something to do together, me in front of the camera. I'm such a fan of his writing. And I said, you know, I want to shoot in Spain, and I've never acted in Spanish. I think it'd be fun. And he found this book, Land of Women, and he goes, I found it. And it was like within months, we were shooting in Figueras in the wine country. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. Had I thought about it more, I probably would have been terrified. But I was there, and I was like, wow, I gotta do it. Yo puedo ayudarte a vender más botellas.
No me digas que eres una experta en vinos.
Hay muchas cosas de mí que no sabes.
You know what's amazing is the chemistry between the two of you just jumps off the screen right the minute these characters meet. Even when they're fighting, by the way. Even when they're fighting, there's like this amazing dynamic. Santiago, did that come naturally or did it take some work?
We have fun together. We get along so well. And,
We've worked together.
Yeah.
100 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we just fell right into it. But I love that dynamic of it. And I'm just one of the lucky ones that got invited for the ride. You know, she put this together with Ramon. She said, I want these 3 things, and I just got to be part of it. But yeah, I'm very glad to hear that, because I agree. I think we just had a lot of fun, and it translates onto the screen. Yeah.
So much fun.
What would you say is the qualities of Eva as a scene partner, you know, when you're working with her?
Well, she's spontaneous. She keeps it light, and she you know, you don't take it too seriously, but at the same time super professional, because you know we'll get together, we'll break down scripts, we'll fix what we don't like, we'll kind of leave room to try things differently. So it's great. It's great when you're working with a producer as well, with someone who also has power on the bigger vision of things, because you kind of have ownership of it.
I have the power.
Yeah. You can you know, adjust things and change things. So I think it was just good teamwork all around.
Now, Eva, is it safe to say you did your own stunts in this? And by stunts, I mean running around Spain in those heels.
Yes.
Hey! Oh, God. Hey! Hey, stop! Hey! Oh, ah.
I did my own stunts running in heels. By the way, I had a lot of practice on Desperate Housewives.
Sure.
Like, that's where I really learned the art of running in heels.
Didn't pack a sneaker? I was like, what?
No, because she was like throwing everything in a suitcase and ran out the door. And in episode 2, she does explain, like, I don't have tennis shoes. I wish I had tennis shoes. I liked the contrast where of course she doesn't, she's wearing high heels in the vineyard too.
Yeah.
You know, it is part of her character. No, she wouldn't think to bring tennis shoes. Why would I think to bring tennis shoes? I didn't think we were coming here, you know.
Please tell me you pack comfy shoes when you travel.
Let me tell you, I haven't worn heels in so long that at the premiere, I put them on and I was like, how does this go again? Because I've been in tennis shoes for like years. And I was like,
yeah, but she got on stage without them, so she took them.
Right, done. I was like, they lasted a couple hours and I was like, I can't. I think I have nerve damage.
I know, my feet were hurting for you when I was watching this. It's amazing. I'm also Latino, raised by my own land of women. So I know that our culture is centered on the matriarch, you know, and one of my favorite things about this show is we get to see Gala as a mother, but also a daughter. How incredible was this dynamic of like the 3 generations of Latinas telling the same story, but with a different perspective and experience?
Yeah, I love love the idea that this show's about 3 generations of women, my mother, myself, and my daughter. And I grew up in a land of women. I grew up with 3 sisters, no brothers, 9 aunts. And so I was like, yeah, this is obviously, realistic to me. And I also like too, though, the relationships between us are very different. Like I'm the parent to Julia in this show, and Victoria is kind of a parent of me, which is like, Mom, that's not how it is. It's not what we do. You need to do this. And I'm like, oh, right. Okay, great. Yeah. So I like that it's kind of all flipped upside down. And also the through line of family and familia throughout the episodes. They don't really know each other, and they're forced to get to know each other, and they're forced to fall in love with each other again because they've had strained relationships.
Ya está. Estamos fatal, sí. Pero estamos juntas. Kate.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's something thematically about the show is about how important family is, because you never know where life's going to take you and when you're going to need them.
How did you relate to that, Santiago?
Latin culture is such a macho male
Right.
dominated culture, really, but I find men, they've proven everything's like, yeah, maybe physically as a generalization we're stronger, but it kind of ends there. Women are much more grounded and deal with the real world a lot more than I think men do, and a lot of them you still see living in this sort of patriarchy where men feel they have some sort of authority or something when it's like, no, it's like you don't, and you got to prove it. You got to prove it with your actions, and I think women need to fight harder, so it just makes them sort of have to have stronger personalities and stronger character to come through.
Eva, you may be the busiest woman in Hollywood because, of course, you have Only Murders in the Building season 4 coming up next.
I just got an email. A Hollywood studio wants to make a movie of our podcast.
The pictures? Pack your bags. We're going to the movies.
What has been the biggest pinch me moment on that set?
That being in Only Murders with Steve Martin and Marty Short and Selena, but also I was with Eugene Levy and Zach Galifianakis. We play a trio kind of on the show. And then we had the scene where we're all in this one set, and it was Meryl Streep, Melissa McCarthy. I was just like, what is my life? What is my life right now? I'm with all of these acting giants, and we're improvising, and that's like a true comedy. So it was like, and so to be on that playground with those people and being able to just go for it, really fun.